The summer wind came blowing in from across the sea. It lingered there to touch your hair. Walk with me. All summer long we sang a song and strolled the golden sand. Two sweethearts and the summer wind. Hey, Cesaro's here. Dirty Dan, XD, Will, Majin Vegeta, Roblox, Anakin, Godtastic, Chuncho, Gone, Morgan, Morgan, believe it, Darkiplier, Roblox, Berries, Will RKJR. Yeah, Susan sent a notification, Will. I'm sure it was an accident. I'm sure she didn't mean to. Joe's here. Tim Confer, Shaggy Ultra Instinct, Jonathan Bliss. Yeah, actually, it looks like some notifications went out. They actually, the last couple of videos we uploaded had some notifications go out too. Who would have thought? I mean, I'm not gonna like pretend to get used to that or anything. I'm sure it was an anomaly, but what the hell? We'll take it while we can. I had to switch up the song for today because I don't know how many of you guys, first of all, know of the song Summer Wind. A bunch of artists did it. Frank Sinatra had a famous version, but a bunch of different artists did it. I think Nat King Cole had a really good one too. How many of you guys have ever heard of it? Gigamax says, "Good morning, everyone. Does Whitebeard give you Hulkster vibes?" Yeah, that's a good call, Gigamac. I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, he's got kind of a Hulkster thing to him. Yeah. He should have had a shirt on and ripped it off. Yeah, I'm with that. I hadn't thought about that. Morgan says, "Not me. I'm lame." No, it wouldn't be lame at all, Morgan. That's an old song, and it's not like one of the legendary old songs. You know, it's not like a My Way or something like that has spanned the test of time. I was just curious. Joe says he knew it a long time ago. My mom liked all that music. Punchback. Okay, we'll do one, Wolverine. Punchback. Oh, I punched your assistant to the regional manager as well. Yeah. Don't do that. Yeah, that's more important. I have jokes. Read and laugh or die. Did Susan get some? She's being less of a bitch. Yeah, what the hell's up, Licks? It's got to. Wait a second. We're all anime fans. We know when we're being suckered in here. She's got to have something planned. I was just curious about that one because, again, I saw that yesterday. I was watching some old Simpsons episodes, and there's a hold on, more berries. I'll get right to the post. There's an episode where what's the kid's name? The little dopey kid they all pick on all the time. Oh shit, I can't think of his name. But anyway, he ends up he has a swimming pool in his backyard. All the other kids come in and want to play in it, and they overfill it, and the pool blows apart. And so then at the end, he's just standing there in a now empty, what used to be pool. And Nelson comes in and, of course, rips the kid's swim trunks off. And then he just stands there by himself, and it slowly morphs into the song Summer Wind. And it was always one of my favorites many, many years ago. So that became the song, at least for the next few days. I like that song a lot. Barry says, "What do you call a minority in a suit? The defendant." That's an oldie. That I haven't heard that one in years. But you guys always. No, it wasn't Millhouse. Yeah, no, it wasn't. Yeah, it was Ralphie. Was it Ralphie? Wolverine? It might have been Ralphie. God damn it! Now I can't remember. I just saw it yesterday, so that's a long time. Yeah, was it Ralph, Jonathan? Yeah, I think it was Ralphie Wiggum. Yep. Okay. Now, wasn't Millhouse gone? That is another one of the nerds, though. But yeah, that's who it was. And anyway, it inspired that song for me again. It's a really good song. If you like any of that older music, if you like songs like My Way and the Lot, you would like that one. Your epidermis is showing. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Good line. Now that speaking of lines, that's what this was about. I was trying to determine which anime has inspired the most catchphrases that I use or Spaz Kid and I use in day-to-day life. And it's close for me. It's either got to be Dragon Ball Z Abridged, because I mean it counts as anime, or JoJo. So it's got, because with DBZA, I mean we got dodge right away. You got I can see the future. Got a ton of different catchphrases from there, and then of course you got JoJo has Zoaroldo and oh my god, holy shit, yada yada daze. Yeah, that's so. I'm not sure the DBCA the fuck is a Namek. That's what I wonder. Impossible. I still don't know where I got Impossible from anymore. That's just that. So it started right from when I started anime. I some character somewhere many years ago, because I've been saying that Impossible for a long time, said that. Long since forgotten where I got it from, but every time I hear impossible now, it's impossible to me. I can't beat the shit out of you without getting closer. that guy says. I got all my insults from Issei. Issei's a good one, Ivan. And you know it's got, if we were to take one character, from any anime just based on percentage, and the percentage of their lines made me laugh like hard. I mean, exceptionally hit home well. It'd be Konako, because she doesn't have a ton of lines. She's not a main character, and she doesn't even have a ton of lines in her own anime. But the vast majority of them are spot on and funny as hell. But we're talking about totality of quotes that have stuck with you or catchphrases or whatever. Next post, because Susan doesn't like the F word. Okay, Morgan. Yeah, see that just well, you guys know how much that pisses me off, them censoring you guys. She says, shut up, Mokuba is a good one. Or better yet, fuck off train. Well, but the anime that fuck off train comes from, that's a disturbing anime. Main character in there is too creepy. I don't like him. He creeps me out, Morgan. Shut up, Mokuba is a good one. We use that all the time. Yep, money on my mind. I'd mentioned that one. So a rule though, I can't hear anybody. Anytime I hear anybody even say anything about the world in any context, that's immediately what comes to mind is Zoaruldo. Once you hear the world, it's all ogre now. Wolverine. good old Shrek. Susan needs to get laid. She might have Majin Vegeta. The last couple videos we uploaded, we had some notifications go out. Had some notifications go out on the stream today. She's feeling very generous lately. You know, like doing her job and stuff, or doing YouTube doing their job and stuff. You can suck at Konako. Yeah, Ivan. She just and again, as we've talked about before, the deadpan manner. But almost everything she says is over the top funny to me. She's spot on with everything. I'm built for speed. when they're all showing their boobs, and of course, poor Konako doesn't come close to measuring up to Rias and Akano and Zenobia. I'm built for speed. I love her. Yeah, Tim says all it took for notifications was for you to try to set up your own. Oh, well, you guys. Oh, shoot. I can't show it to you on the screen. I'm streaming directly from YouTube's own setup here, so I don't have my third-party software, so I can show you bits and pieces of my screen. You guys will like this. For some time now, YouTube has set up a situation where when we go to monetize a video, we have to go through a series of checkboxes to tell them what is or is not in that video. I never try and fool the system. I put them honestly, and if they're going to cut my monetization, do it. But I cover all of them honestly. So much so, I've had a banner on my channel every time I log in. There's always notifications up at the top from YouTube, but it says, "Congratulations, your self-certifications are accurate. Therefore you'll get faster decisions." Blah 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 blah. Just the other day, I had the first one where YouTube didn't accept my certification and took it another notch. I had put that there was some language in there and stuff, but it was still allowed to be monetized. It wasn't heavy enough. They came over and they trumped it and said, no, this one crosses the line. You guys want to know what it was? I'm looking it up right now. It was a live stream called "Hey Susan, how about some notifications?" Now that's not suspicious at all, is it? That the one time that they said that I didn't accurately describe what the content of my video was because we called out Susan in the title. how oversensitive is that? That's the only one. Like I said, I had a banner flying on the channel from YouTube saying that our self certifications have been accurate until I said, "Hey Susan." Ironically, one of the streams that actually got notifications. I know, wasn't it, Lex? Everything was perfect, and I should have expected as much. Again, not a complaint. I think it's funny more than anything else. But how sensitive? How sensitive is that? It smells like irony. Barry says, "Yeah." The altar boy escaped. Oh, gone. That's rough. Susan looks like Fem Kramer. You guys are funny. Maybe that's the reason the stream got heavily notified so they could prove you wrong. Yeah, Lex. But again, a lot of the streams I leave non-monetized. The gaming streams I monetize. And if I think back on the stream, it's like there was nothing controversial in there. There was nothing over the top. I always mark them as having profanity involved because you guys know my fucking mouth. So there's always some in there. So I always mark that. But yeah, that one they disagreed with me on. They decided that one was too over the top to be monetized. I never got a notification in the email or anything like you're supposed to. So it never explained why. They just decided that. Susan is a trigger word for YouTube bots. Probably is money more. You're probably not wrong. Catchphrases, Gurren Lagann? I didn't think about Gurren Lagann. I don't know that I have a lot that I kept from there. I'd have to think back. Yeah, Morgan says, Curtis, watch your fucking language. I think I know a Susan when I see one, Silver Kiva says. My best friend and I quote SAO Bridge. Yeah, that was a good one. I really like Kirito and Asuna in that. They were just really good. It was a cute relationship and really good characters. I enjoyed that a lot. Oh my god, yeah, I'd mentioned that one. So for me, JT, it's close. I don't know if I got more from Dragon Ball Z Abridged or more from JoJo. I think it'd definitely be one of those two where I've gotten the most catchphrases that stayed with me, though. Zawarudo! Excuse me. DBZ Abridged. That's what I'm thinking, PC gamers. I'd have to go through them all and try and remember all the different phrases that stuck from each of them. Now, there are things in DBZ Abridged, too, that it inspired that they didn't actually say. Like, if you guys remember, one of the running gags with Spaz Kid and I was, "No, Popo, no." But that was something that we came up with because that's how Popo and DBZA made us feel. Like we're about to be violated. I am hilarious, and you will quote everything I say. we had so many great lines over the years of watching anime too. I mean, just so even simple things like "believe it." You know what was funny too? "Believe it" cracked me up so much. It just was so bizarre the way that Naruto would just blurt that out, that it was inserted, that it never really annoyed me. It still made me laugh. I mean, I can see where it was annoying, and I can understand why it did annoy a lot of people. But that one, it never really annoyed me that much. It was just like, it's just like a stupid thing. Believe in the me that believes in you. That's a good one, Eddie. Gurren Lagann was a good series. That was a series that was way better than I thought it was going to be. Well, Nacho says when a Karen becomes the manager, she evolves into a Susan. I like that. I like that. That's well put, Nacho. When a Karen becomes the manager, she evolves into a Susan. So when Karen goes from calling for the manager, asking for the manager, into actually being the manager, good take. I like that. Oh, true berries. He says Tokyo Tribe too. We quote Goosh Goosh every day. Yeah, you'd be right if it was for sheer number of times one was repeated, it would have to be Tokyo Tribe too. But if we talk about different phrases, then it's another one. But you're right. I don't think anything has been. No, there's no way any line from an anime has been more quoted here than Goosh Goosh. You're right. That I didn't think about that. Lude says if a bridge count, they do. I've definitely gotten the most out of Helsing. Although the dub of DXD, despite me preferring the tone of the sub, has definitely given me many new catchphrases. Bless Conoco. That's what I'm saying, Lude. I just that would be an easy one for me. Again, if instead of if you talk actual numbers, if you just talk percentage wise, as far as a character and what percentage of their lines really hit home with me and made me laugh, it's Konako, and it's not even close. Almost every time she talks, she just cracks me up. I still love that one. I'm built for speed. Attention duelist. That was a good one too, Morgan. That one has stayed with us. That gets brought up all the time. Egotas had the best quality. Yeah, Egotas had a lot of really good lines. I'm just trying to think back through. I still don't think that any of them have had as many that have stuck with us as did JoJo and DBZA, though. Thinking back to Egotas, because that's for sure the abridged series that we've watched had tons of them, and that's a tribute to the abridgers, for the lines they came up with. Shut Up Mokuba. We were talking about that one earlier, Shard. Yeah, that's a classic. That's a classic. Young God, have you watched Bleach? And if you haven't, you should do reaction videos to it. We are currently at what episode are we at? 150. Forgot what number we're on. On Bleach, we are at Bleach 155. We're 155 episodes in over at the Goosh. Yes, we're definitely watching Bleach. Ghost Stories just because of the randomness. I could see that, Tyler. I'm only, I think, 4. I think I actually screwed up and skipped 3. So I've watched 1, 2, 4, and 5 of Ghost Stories, and so I don't have the full effect yet. But yeah, there's some funny shit in there. The last one I watched, episode 5, was the funniest one I've seen yet. Naruto is pretty close. I Can't Control My Body. That was a really good one. Ninja Info Cards. Yep, that's true too. Naruto had quite a number of them. I Can't Control My Body is one of my all-time favorites. Yeah, my Ninja Info Cards. Can I get a hug? Silver Kiva says. You're pretty skilled with your hands. I bet you must be popular with the girls, Poppy Black. Oh man, some of these quotes I'd forgotten about too. Children's card game. That's another good one, Willie. That's one of our most used ones because anytime now, I mean, and not just on camera, and that's what I'm talking about with these quotes when you use them in day-to-day life. Anytime anything comes up about a game or when we talk about, I told you we have game nights where we have some friends come over and we play games. It's always about a children's card game. My hair. Morgan says Naruto gave us the Sasuke choking meme and the meme going, "You lack insert thing here." Yeah. Yep. Barry says if we're counting South Park and Futurama as anime, ooh, that would be a stretch. Let's go with it. It's a dead heat between them for which show I quote the most. Bite My Shiny Metal Ass for good old Bender for Futurama and the Uncle Fucker song for South Park. Well, South Park has had so many great lines over the years. I mean, some of them have become so ingrained. They're just a part of culture now. I mean, like, you bastard. Things like that. Yeah. And what the thing that actually got me started in on South Park was Cartman's "Kyle's Mom is a Bitch" song. You guys remember that? That is so going back so far. I still remember where it came from. Our cable company had not yet picked up Comedy Central. So this would have been like early 90s, maybe mid 90s. Had not picked up Comedy Central. So I knew of South Park, but I hadn't seen it. Well, back then, the internet was so slow. All internet was so slow. It was all dial-up crap. And compression for video hadn't been refined yet. So watching videos online was basically nah, you ain't gonna do that. But you could get sound files. That's when they first started exchanging songs on the internet, stuff like that. So I went to a South Park site that had a bunch of sound files from the show. And that's where I heard the Kyle's Mom is a Bitch song. And so before I had ever seen an episode of South Park, I was already a huge fan of South Park because that song was so hysterical. Xeno Game says, "Hello, My Hero Academia is finished with dub. Yep. I need to ask though, I can't view anything for your Patreon. Is there anything I need to know about?" I'm not sure what you're asking, Xeno. It's finished with dub. Yeah, I actually just recorded the first episode of My Hero Academia today. It hasn't gone up at the Goosh at our Patreon yet, but it will be. I just recorded it. I can't view anything for your Patreon. Is there anything I need to know about? Zeno, I'm really not. I'm not sure what you're asking me, pal. I don't know how to answer. I'll watch for you to explain more, but I'm not sure how to answer that. Barry says, "Cosmo." Yes, that's it. Cosmo's bitch, big fat bitch, biggest bitch in the whole wide world. She bitch all the boys and girls. Yeah, and she has stupid hair. And I used to know the whole song, and now I only remember it in fragments. Punster's got it too. She's a super king Kamehameha bitch. Oh, that was a great one. But it was always funny that sound file got me into the series before I ever got to watch an episode of it. Oh, you're that far ahead on the episode? That's just 2 episodes, Lou. Episode 11 of DXD went up today. So all you got between that and where I am now is episode 12, and then episode 1 of that of MHA. Dodge. Yep, I had mentioned that one, Eagles fan. Dodge was one of the first ones I ever picked up from anime. It might have been the first one. I think it was. That might be the first one. I mean, really, it's Kyle's mom. She's a big fat fucking bitch. Big old fat fucking bitch. Kyle's mom. Yeah. Cha. Yeah, I'm not sure, Lud. I'm trying to figure out what Zeno was asking for sure. I'm not sure. You know, I'd like to answer. I don't know exactly what he meant though. Jordan House says Goku stop coup. My favorite line from all of anime, Punster says, is in Dragon Ball Super when Goku tells Bulma her boobs are too saggy for him. That was freaking hilarious. That I've made reference to on a number of occasions, if not the actual line, but just making reference to different scenes with Bulma and saying, something along the lines of, "Yeah, I like Bulma because she's a freak. I don't care if her titties are flopping." Dexter's Laboratory. I've seen some episodes of that, Alex. It's pretty cool. It's not one of the cartoon series that I followed super close, but I've seen some episodes of it. I liked it. Wolverine says, "Minorities drink their beverages with ice." Nick says, "I can't hear the phrase 'this is very good' without thinking of goosh goosh foreplay." That's good. I see you're a man of culture from Arakawa Under the Bridge, Emil says. I see you're a man of culture. See, I haven't seen that one. I see you're a man of culture. Well, bang, okay. Oh, that's true. That's a classic, Morgan. Yeah, and that whole series is just so fantastically well done. And the way he delivers that "will bang okay" is always so spot on. That was good stuff. Why is it? And now his name's gone in my head. The creator of that whole series. Oh, goddamn. Well, again, you got any name is always just, even my own, has only got a 50-50 chance of being there for me when I want to say it. Let's see. So who did I have? Oh, okay. Talking about the Zeno. I was asking about what he meant about the Patreon, the Goosh. I have it for 5, but it doesn't show anything. Last post I see is in March. Oh, that's got to be Zeno. It's got to be something wrong on if you're using the app. I I would try going to the website itself, to the Patreon website, and sign in there. Unfortunately, I hardly ever use their app because it's really I like most of the stuff that Patreon does, and I'm a fan of how they do their business in general. But the app is not good. But no, there's stuff every single day, so it's got. I know everything is there, so it's got to be something going wrong on your end. But if you're using the app, make sure and try it through the actual website. Oh, Loki says, see the new episode of Minneapolis? It's a riot. Yep. Guylian, yada yada, yada yada Datse. I got to replace that yada yada Datse shirt I got. I ordered most of my shirts. I've gotten some at other places, but most of them come from T Public. And the problem is the quality varies wildly. I have a good number of them that are decent quality t-shirts, have normal life expectancy. This one, I'll show you this right here. Now this, I got this one from them, this Hunter shirt, and this hole just magically appeared in it probably the 3rd time I wore it. And then like my yada yada Danse one, the transfer just immediately started coming apart. Right from the first washing, it started to fade away. So it is kind of hit and miss. I'd like it, even if they had to charge a couple bucks more for the shirts, give us better quality shirts. Let them last a while. Corey says, I don't know about catchphrases, but Joseph Joestar has me saying, holy shit, and oh my God, way more. Yeah, those count. Those are actually, that's what I was, and for me, Corey, the 2 that are at the top are JoJo because of things like that, and Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Absolutely, those count. Corey says, also, where can I get that Merom Komugi shirt? Bro, I'm dying for that. That was another one, Corey. I just threw the other one out. It got so worn, I threw it out, but I have another one ordered. That was one of my, if not my all-time favorite shirt. It's on T Public. Go to T Public and just search Merom, and it'll come up in the list. It's a great, great shirt. Arthur says Gintama, hands down. Arthur, all I've seen, of course, of Gintama are brief clips that you guys showed me in the old reaction video streams. And just from those beef, I'm a fat guy. It's Freudian. Just from those brief clips, I could see that because I had said that Gintama, from the few clips I saw, seems like it balances comedy and drama really, really well and effectively. Morgan says, next post because Susan needs pee-pee. Excuse me. Morgan says, Matsuda, you idiot. And well, I guess it's because I'm Kira. Douchey smirk, yeah. Oh, Kira. Kira was a great character. He really easy to hate character, but really well. Most of the characters in that series were really, really well done. No, Vampire Hunter D. I haven't seen that, Todd. I'm not familiar with that one. No, I haven't. Health me, herpes me, Arthur says. Wolverine says Susan needs to get laid. Perfect for Bill Cosby. Bill's getting his jello pudding pot taken care of in prison right now. It's sad. Oh, it's a sad day for Rain. Yeah, that Mustang quote, that was a good one. The guy, that was a really good one. It's sad that Bill Cosby, at least the last I saw of him, and I'm sure that's still the case, still won't own up to any of this. I mean, he's an old fart. He's going to die having never even been willing to take ownership of what he did. It's kind of pathetic, actually. Bitches love cannons, indeed, Margus. And that's my girl. Oh man, we're gonna have to someday, fairly soon, believe it or not, we're going to have to revisit do the stream again, where you guys help me determine my top 5 waifu, because I can already tell you there'll be mix-ups, there'll be change-ups in the list, if for no other reason, Ras Vaisa, having finished season 4 now of DxD, and DxD is just jam full of quality top shelf waifus, and I'm pretty sure she's risen to the top of that group for me. She's just, oh man, is she delightfully thick. Barry says, my mom just ordered a Bible from Televangelist for $14.95 plus shipping and handling. I said, why do that? You can steal a Bible from church for free. Jesus won't mind. The Catholic Church is rich, you know. Oh, Barry's. I'm sure that went over well. Curtis, question. I've been thinking about it recently. Why do you think Kira is such an easily hateable character, yet Ainz is such a hard to hate character despite them both being monsters? Well, I think it's because Ainz's position in that show, he's definitely, like you say, he's a monster, but he doesn't have, I don't know how to put it. He doesn't have I don't want to say righteous group, but a protagonist group opposing him. He is, by default, the protagonist in that show, if it's making any sense. Whereas, of course, Kira is opposed to our protagonist. That would be my only guess from me. I don't like Kira's attitude. I mean, I get what you're saying. I wouldn't like him anyway. But you guys know me, and the more smug type of characters always rub me the wrong way. And Ainz is a lot of things. He's not smug. He's just he's just out there. He's a badass, and he's just willing to do whatever he needs to do. But I think that's why, because Ainz really doesn't have good guys to oppose. He is the protagonist, as bizarre as that is. That's one of the reasons I love that series so much, though, is because your heroes are actually villains in that series. Oh, okay. Zeno says fixed it. PayPal is such a pain. Payment stopped. Oh, okay, cool, Zeno. Yeah, I was gonna say I knew it had to be something, because the videos go up regularly. Oh, good. I'm glad you got it fixed. Barry says he's talking about his mom. She just hit me with a plastic cross. I thought Jesus was meant to heal injuries, not cause them. Now I don't believe in him anymore. Even more. The guy says, I need to restore my honor. Literally anyone from The Last Airbender. That show was so good. I still think that was probably that, or Mob Psycho 100 were the two series that most exceeded my expectations. It doesn't mean they're my favorites. I mean, I've got shows like Hunter x Hunter up there in One Piece, but as great as they were, and they did exceed expectations, I had much more reasonable expectations for Last Airbender and Mob Psycho 100, and they were both just so good. So good. Kijo, I've seen all of Kijo, Punster. Kijo is funny. Hey, listen, when you got a bunch of chicks battling with their butts and their boobs, it's got to be entertaining. There's no two ways about it. Lude says, so it's down to personality more so, because they both oppose good guys. Ainz kills innocents all the time. Ainz is a cold badass, but Kira has a god complex. It is down to personality. But like I say, too, though, I think part of, and again, this is just my guess on the psychology of it, Lude. You got to remember, though, the innocents that Ainz kills are not characters that we have grown attached to or anything. They're not main protagonists, whereas Kira opposes our main protagonists, our heroes. Again, that's just a guess. For me, yes, it's a lot about personality. I don't like Kira's personality, and I do like Ainz's. But I think that takes it even further. Is just that, again, there are, as bizarre as it is, in Overlord, Ainz is the protagonist, which is so weird, which is one of the reasons why I love it. Jack Queen says, I'd recommend buying a Bible. Like most mythology, it has a lot to teach us about how people thought and still often think today. I've had to study it somewhat in psychology. That would make sense to me, Jack Queen. I would think that actually the Bible would be a pretty fascinating psychological study. I'd never thought about that before, but that makes sense to me. Arthur says 2 One Piece episodes for my birthday tomorrow. Arthur, the thing is, happy birthday, by the way. Um, but no matter whose birthday it is, even if it's my own, it's not going to extend any hours in my day. It's still just going to be 24. I still don't have time for any more videos. But happy birthday, pal. What was my favorite anime to react to? Blisk? That's impossible to say. I've had so many things that I enjoyed so much. It's impossible for me to pick one that I enjoyed more than any others. I mean, I've got a whole top shelf, top tier of things that I just really enjoyed immensely, led by Hunter x Hunter and One Piece and Mob Psycho 100 and Overlord. I mean, there's so many of them on there. Xenogame says you need to watch Legend of Korra Avatar sequel. I don't know that one because most of what we watch, other than at the $1 level where I put in the series, most of what we watch is done by polls. We have nominations and polls, and I don't Legend of Korra. I think it'd be quite a while before that would win one. That doesn't get a lot of support. It doesn't seem to be as hated amongst the Gooshers as is Boruto or something, but it doesn't have Legend of Korra really doesn't get much support at all. Excuse me. Leslie says, my favorite movie to watch as a kid. As a little kid, I nerded right out for the original Batman movie. That was the one with Adam West. It was the takeoff of the television series. That was either the first or second movie I ever saw. I don't remember. It was that and Bambi. One was first, one was second. So as a little kid, that was it. For years, that was my favorite. I guess it would depend on at what age we cut off being considered a kid. Because like anybody else, as I saw more movies, a new favorite would take over. I know when I was in like my early to mid-teens, I just absolutely loved Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I just thought that thing was so hysterical. Still do. I can watch that daily. I love that movie. Barry says next post if Susan approves of it. That's always a big if, unfortunately. Bleach is your favorite anime, Gothic Nation? I'm really, excuse me guys. Sorry, I got something in my eye. I'm really enjoying Bleach. That I say it all the time over at the Goosh, but what really stands out to me is not only the quality of the fights is fantastic, but the pacing around the fights is some of the best I've seen. They really, really know how to sweep you up into the emotions of the fight. So much for berries. I did this picture when 9. I forgot pass. Do you know the hand signs of the fireball jutsu? I forgot. No, I would never shoot the hand jive. Well, you guys know me. It's hard enough for me to remember character names. So no, there's no way. It's all just one big hand jive to me. Barry says, if the Catholic Church really wanted everyone to believe in the faith of Jesus, they'd make Bibles free and outlaw televangelists selling them for a profit. Seems like televangelists just sell fake hope. Well, yeah, I would agree with that. I think a lot of people, I mean, at least that I know, even a lot of religious people believe that the televangelists are just selling selling some defective goods, put it that way. Does Brandon Rogers count as an anime? Because I quote him a lot too. Oh, if he did, he'd be up there with ours too, Willie. Brandon Rogers sketches. We quote them constantly, all the time. Yeah, I'm just thinking through some. Oh, how could you not? I mean, with some of the lines that have been delivered, just in My Japanese Girlfriend alone, there's so many great quotable lines that we quote all the time. Xeno Game says, when you started watching anime, did you think you were going to be this interested in anime, even the age you're? No, I got started watching anime because the gang here finally talked me into watching Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Because I don't know why I was reluctant to watch anime, because I've been a fan of animation my whole life. But the gang finally talked me into it, and I kept saying, well, I don't know much of anything about Dragon Ball. I know who Goku is. I'd heard of Vegeta, but I don't really know anything about them. So how can I watch an abridged? And the guy kept saying, you don't need to know. The bridge will stand on its own. So I tried it, loved it. And then when I thought that was hysterical and I grew to really love the characters in that, the obvious next step was I wanted to learn more about the original. So that's when I started watching all the clips of the original. And from then it just snowballed. And I am very happy it did, because anime is my favorite form of entertainment. And it's not even close. Excuse me. Waterground says Curtis trying to remember and attempting to do each hand side of a jutsu would make him look like he's having a stroke. No question. No, it wouldn't make me look like I'm having a stroke. It would make me have a stroke. Morgan says, have you seen Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, aka the best Scooby-Doo movie of all time? I don't think so, Morgan. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. I don't think I've seen that. See, I think I mentioned to you guys before, I wasn't a huge Scooby-Doo fan when I was a kid. I watched it, but you have to remember, when I was a kid, the amount of cartoons you got to see was really limited. It was Saturday mornings, all morning long, into the early afternoon, you had cartoons. And you had a few on Sunday, but they were like the reject cartoons for the most part that played on Sundays, like Davy and Goliath and stupid shit like that. So I watched them, but they were not anywhere near my favorites. Again, I really got into Scooby-Doo in the episodes they would have the Harlem Globetrotters on, because they did that regularly, and I was a Globetrotters fanatic when I was a kid. Gothic Nation says, here's $2 for making the best. Well, thanks, Gothic. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. Arthur says, worth a try. Also, hate Korra more than Boruto, except for 2 episodes in season 2, 7 and 8, about the first Avatar that were intended for the first series. Oh, really? I didn't even know that existed, Arthur. But you hate Korra more than Boruto? I know neither one, well, you know that too, Arthur. Neither one gets a lot of support over at the Goosh, but it just seems like there's more vitriol expressed towards Boruto, a lot of it. Nacho says Bleach movies are actually pretty good. I've heard that before too, Nacho. I've had a few people say that the Bleach movies are good. Everything about Bleach has been good for me so far. Morgan says it's the only Scooby-Doo movie that was actually scary and had real stakes, except for one other, I'd say. It came out in like 1998. No, I don't think I've seen that, Morgan. See, now that's something that, because of where Scooby-Doo ranked with me, if it was on, like if I was flipping channels on TV or something, the movie was on, I would watch it, but I wouldn't go out of my way to see it. So I probably haven't. I don't remember it at all. I don't think I've seen that one. So Jill says, "Hey Curtis, just wanted to tell you I'm watching this with my with my choking the chicken, because Susan doesn't like the J word. Blanket on." And that's an honor, so Jill. I'm glad anybody that's that's got any choking the chicken paraphernalia on while watching the stream with us, I consider that an honor. Absolutely. And Barry says, me too. Chrome says, hey, Chrome, people begging for Korra now. Series was bad, and the story about the first Avatar wasn't intended for the first series. The creators just claimed that later. So I don't know anything. I can't comment. I don't know anything about that. Oh, just the usual silliness, Chrome. Just talking about our favorite quotes and which series had the most quotable quotes that you constantly, excuse me, you find yourself quoting all the time. Best Scooby-Doo movie is the Batman crossover, Punster. Wow, I missed a lot of Scooby-Doo stuff. Apparently, well, again, not surprisingly, because I didn't know anything about that either. What was your favorite book? Oh, I don't know, Leslie. When I was a kid, I geeked right out for, you guys know, you've seen the videos I've been posting recently. I've always been a huge baseball nerd, and back in would have been the early 70s, a guy named Jim Bouton, who used to pitch for the Yankees and several other teams, wrote a book called Ball 4. And I loved it because it was the first time you ever got to look inside of a Major League Baseball locker room. And I was so nerded out for baseball that book was like, I mean, I reread that so many times, enjoyed it so much. It was probably still that is that Ball 4. I loved it. Oh, Jack Queen says I made a masturbation joke. You missed that. It was pretty good. Prepperum says I went to college. Well, that's good. I went to college too, and then I dropped Brax off and came back home. That's so funny. Warren says probably everything from Alucard from Helsing Ultimate Abridged to the horror of my more sensitive friends. That one came up earlier, Warren. That does that abridged. A lot of the abridged do, but that one in specific has a lot of great quotables. No question about it. That was a great abridged. It was a great regular series, and the abridging was great as well. Chrome says, "Oh, by the way, Curtis, saw you just seen Toriko. Little dark info about the series. The creator is a convicted pedo. Really? Well, that's kind of creepy. Because that first episode, well, it's actually episode 2, but the first episode I watched, that was pretty good. I enjoyed that. That was I like Toriko's character. I mean, he's just so happy. He's just so out and about and so ready to eat. I mean, as a fat guy, I can appreciate that." Barry says, "I accused my brother of stealing some of my money, so I said, fuck you. I later found it and realized that he didn't steal it. I apologized later by saying, sorry, unfuck you." I think unfuck you is the proper thing to say in that situation. Yeah, I completely agree. Oh, Morgan. This is I love groaners. I don't know if you like sausage, but in my opinion, it's the worst. Oh, that's terrible. Punster says I would say a quote from Krillin, but he never stays alive long enough for me to get a quote. Or at least in the abridged, never stays unowned long enough. And Krillin owned, I mean, getting owned was certainly not something that was started by Dragon Ball Z Abridged, but it certainly, for us anyway, perpetuated the whole concept of ownage. GB says, I just graduated from college last week. COVID ruined my prom. Thank you, 2020. I feel so, I've said this before, GB. Seriously, I have so much empathy for you guys, for any seniors, whether it was high school or college or whatever from 2020. I know how disappointed and devastated I would be if Brax had been a senior this year and didn't get to walk the stage or anything. That just, man, that sucks on a whole other level. Thomas says, me and my friends always Mr. Popo's bitch. Don't tell me what to. Oh, that's a great one. Bitch, don't tell me what to do. Popo has a lot of great lines. And then, as I had said earlier, he even inspired lines for us that weren't in the series, because the whole "no Popo, no," that's one of our favorite things. That's just something that we came up with from the sheer horror of being exposed to DBZA's Mr. Popo. Bitch, I ain't going nowhere, right, Big Green? Oh, these were great. All these squares make a circle. Another great one, Punster. I'll tell you, the more we talk about it, I think DBZA might have a little bit of an edge on JoJo for me, just for me personally, for the sheer total number of quotes that have stayed with us. Yeah, I think so. Oh, the guy, that was brutal. You can't kidnap an orphan. They weren't wanted in the first place. That's just so wrong. Morgan, Naruto Sasuke. Jack Queen says, "Don't worry, Obama released a vivid congratulating graduates this year since the current president wasn't." Yeah, did you see that? Jesus Christ. Oh, wait a second. Chrome's got an update for us. Here's an update from Chaz. Raz is now, that's their warlord, Raz, is now handing out AR-15s to random people at night. It's going to get back. Wow, that should be interesting. Let me see that. Yeah, when this blows up, Mayor Jenny should go to jail if people get hurt or killed. Our president do anything to listen to the voice of millions of... Oh, geez, shut up, Jenny. Oh, here it is. She says as Raz in the Chaz hands out guns to 18-year-olds out the back of his Tesla. Wow. Are you kidding me? Yeah, that's gonna end up now. The thing of it is, you have these, you have, if any of you want to see that, it's on Chrome's post there. It's pretty fucked up. Now, these videos are out on social media. So if there comes a point where dipshit Jenny gets overruled and whatever forces, whether it's military, National Guard, SWAT, forces get sent in to reclaim that area, they're going to be well aware that this guy's passing out firearms in there, which is just going to increase the likelihood that they get killed. And the thing, does Raz think he's actually going to make a stand in there against a SWAT team or against the military? Yeah, you're right, Chrome. This is probably going to end up really bad. Arthur says no need to discredit the series because of the author. Oh, yeah, talking about no. I don't think anybody was trying to. I don't think anyone was trying to discredit Arthur. I think there was just like we bring up the insider information about any of the series. At least that's the way I took it. Yeah, I mean, because the series is handled by scores of people. Just because it was a scumbag who came up with the idea, yeah, you can't let that reflect poorly on the whole series. Johnny says Trump needs to do something. Orange fuck needs to get off his fat diaper wearing ass. I don't know that Johnny. He's in a tough spot because now, and especially with weapons in there, if they do go to take it back, there's a good chance people get killed, and so then it just sets him up as being the dictator. And they were just having a tea party in Mom's backyard, and they came in and he went wild, and that's what they're waiting for. As far as I'm concerned, anything and everything that goes on in there, as far as if anybody gets hurt, if anybody gets raped, if anybody gets killed, it's directly on Mayor Jenny. When you have people, and I don't give a shit what side of the political spectrum they're on, when you have citizens go in and take over a significant portion of your city and you do nothing about it, you are then taking responsibility for whatever happens. Shadow says, when you fall off that horse, you get right back up and eat that horse. That's pretty good. Well, thanks, Azim. I appreciate that. Oh, Jack, that's brutal. Pedo's right. Well, I've seen their suicide notes. But to be perfectly honest with you, when it comes to pedophiles, I'm for, yeah, I'm for that. Go ahead. Whatever you got to do. Johnny says, well, you can't do nothing. You can't let them stay there. But again, it's actually, that is initially and obviously the responsibility of that city's government and then that state's government. The federal government could get involved because American land has been compromised, but he's not supposed to have to. That's supposed to be handled by the mayor, and if the mayor feels like she can't handle it, it's supposed to be handled by the governor. They bring in the National Guard, whatever special forces they need, but the mayor and the governor are cool with it. They don't want to be seen as anything but the cool parents, So it's frightening. The worst part about that isn't even the residents of Chaz. It's the mayor and the governor. The governor of that state, the mayor of that city are absolute garbage. Next post, Barry says, I got to head out. Not that I'm getting any head. Got to clean my house for a booze party this weekend. Can I get some early sticky stuff? There you go. There, little extra sticky stuff. It wasn't quite done yet, but even undercooked a little sticky stuff is quality. GB says it's no anime, but I want everyone to know that I suck and that I'm a girl. I put flowers in my hair and I want to kiss all the boys. I don't know where that's from, GB. I don't remember that one. Susan, no like naughty pedophile joke. Oh, I'm sure, Lex. I'm sure. Chrome says they're going to charge a guy who shot at rioters who attacked him and screamed about killing him when they were tearing a statue down. I saw that one. That one I already saw, Chrome. That one. That was in New Mexico, right? Yeah, that one was in New Mexico. Yeah. one of the guys from one of the militant groups outside of Albuquerque was at one of the protests. The protesters came after him. They were chasing him down as he was running away, and they came to swarm up on him again, and he shot one of them. Now, there's all kinds of, there's both sides going at it saying, well, he had already pushed somebody down and blah, blah, blah. The fact still remains, at that moment, they were endangering his life. So it's going to be interesting to see how that one plays out. Xenogame says, my heart is pure, unadulterated badass. Good point. Ananth, okay, but who here hasn't quoted I'm at soup? I would say that probably every single one of us has at some point in a conversation said, I'm at soup. I can't imagine anybody hasn't. That's a good one. That I always quote I'm at soup. Yeah, Big Green. That's a really good one. The guy says, my mom walked in on you spraying us with sticky stuff. I had lots of explaining to do. The guy, the easiest way to explain it, the guy, anything like that happens to you guys, say, no, it's just, we watch this guy because he like has seizures and shit sometimes. So he just spazzes out and his hands go, yeah, that's be the best way to explain it. It's certainly believable enough. Take a look at this. I mean, all these squares make a circle. We were talking about that one, Zombie Wolf. That's a great one. What do you mean you're at soup? Oh, it was from Red versus Blue? I don't remember that one, GB. Red versus Blue had a lot of great quotes, just a lot of great lines. Give me the man milk, Daddy Yoink says. Chrome says, also not saying Toriko is a bad series, just saying the fact the creator is an unrepentant pedo who, if I remember right, was probably... Oh, no, like that's what I say, Chrome. I don't think anybody was saying that, you can't watch the series or what have you. There are too many other people that are involved in a series of that magnitude. So, no, I get that. Hey, Dodachi? Hi. Zeem says, Donald Trump is stupid. I don't like him. That's a pretty general statement. You'd have a lot of people agree with you on that on that one. Yeah, we were talking about that one, Leslie. DBZA Gohan Dodge. I think that was the first. Yeah, I think so. I think that was the first quotable that I got from an anime that has stayed with me. Yeah, and that's a regular. I say that one all the time. Dodge. There's more soup, Xenogame says. Milok says, I never said I'm at soup, but remember the memorable name of the memorable man who defeated you memorably on this memorable day. Freaky alien genotype. Quack. That's good stuff, Shadow. Morgan says, I'm not against Republicans in general. I'm against Donald Trump specifically because he's a fucking asshole. Well, listen, guys, I've told that all along. I will be voting for Trump. I also aware that Morgan's 100% right. He is an asshole. The unfortunate thing is, if the Democrats hadn't allowed the extreme left to have such an influence over their party, I would clearly be on the other side this election. I would be voting for Biden. But as long as they're allowing that extreme left socialist contingency to have any type of influence, I can't vote for them. I've seen No Game, No Life, Elijah. I enjoyed that. That was a good one. I've seen it. It's over at the Goosh. Just some funny pics summing up Chaz in one image, Chrome says. Okay, I got to check that one. Chaz in one picture. It just makes you laugh too. Wow. That's actually pretty awesome. Well, Bang OK might not be anime. Oh yeah, but it's brilliant. Absolutely, pal. Absolutely, Big Green. Why are you buying clothes at the soap store? And now that's it's such a great scene. I don't do a Napa voice to Jill. Okay, we'll do one more. Punch. Let's see. If Naruto was running for this election, I would vote for him in an instant. Yeah, Nav, I think you could fill in a lot of names there. fill in the blank was running, a lot of us would vote for them other than the two main options were being served. My cat is watching you with me, Punster says. Chrome says, I'll say this. I don't think a vote for Biden will be a vote for Biden. I think it'll be a vote for VP. Oh, I agree. Who'll probably take over for him. He seems a little feeble. Yeah, I think so too, Chrome. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I don't wish that on Biden by any means. I agree that I don't think he'll be able to serve out a 4-year term. No, this is probably the I think this is the Biden's vice president pick is the most important VP pick of my lifetime, I think, because of that. Brian says, sad for you? I don't know why you're sad for me, Brian, but don't trouble yourself. No reason to be sad for me. I'm a very happy guy. No reason to be sad at all. Arthur says, next post, please. Okay. Oh, the girl he slept with was 16. While still bad, I feel like it's a far cry from convicted pedo, which implies little kid. I'm not against condemning him. I just think a distinction should be drawn. Well, too, and I think it depends on his age as well at the time. But like you say, laws are laws. It still puts you in that category. But yeah, I mean, it's tough if an 18-year-old is with a 16-year-old and they get a pedophile designation as opposed to some 40-year-old luring kids into his basement or something. I know what you're saying. Dimmy says, some guy I think in Australia got arrested for farting on police. They said he farted with intent. I hadn't heard that. Could be a deadly weapon. Think about it, Dimmy. If that guy's anything like me, and he was if that guy was anything like me and he had Taco Bell, that's assault with a deadly weapon. I could kill somebody. Oh, sad for you was a Vegeta quote. I didn't know what you meant, Ryan. I don't remember that one. Sad for you. Well, not a big surprise. I would forget something. Anything. I'll tell you though, Vegeta. I will say this, Ryan. The way Vegeta delivers lines, he can make some memorable that really aren't that memorable necessarily within the storyline and everything. I said before, even though he's not my favorite character in Dragon Ball, he has one of the best character arcs and maybe the best character arc I've seen in any anime. So he's just a great character. Dots from Igotas. Yeah, that's one of my all-time favorite voices, Dots. You don't remember that one either, Big Green? Good, at least it's not just me then, for once. The guy, I never have any energy after I get a hand job either, Krillin. Krillin's a classic. Krillin is still my favorite character from DBZA. From Dragon Ball Z, it was Fat Boo, but DBZA, it's definitely Krillin. And surprisingly, I think if you limit it to just Super, my favorite character in Dragon Ball Super was 17, and that's something I never thought I would say. He was just a really good character in there. Oh, it's when Android 17 broke Vegeta's arm? See, I don't remember that one, Dimmy. I don't remember that. Morgan says, I have beef stroganoff in the crock pot and it smells so good and it's nowhere near done. Oh, that's the worst, Morgan. As a fat guy, I can say definitively that when you have something really good cooking, like my wife makes a turkey or something like that, or like you're saying, a good beef stroganoff, something along those lines, smelling it for those hours before you get to eat it is torture. It's not nice. It's just plain mean. Toriko's creator paid to sleep with a 16-year-old girl at 27, and he had child porn. He had child porn. Yikes! Yeah, that's a little disconcerting. Again, I don't think it reflects on the series, but as an individual, yeah, that's a problem. Because otherwise, you could say, okay, certainly we know that if you had slept with a 16-year-old prostitute. I'm not saying that was the case. If it were, there are plenty of 16-year-olds out there that can easily pass for 30, so that's understandable. But if you have child porn too, and you guys know where I stand on pedophiles. Absolutely zero use at all. King Exception says Killua delivers some of the most badass lines in anime, in my opinion. King shit talking. Killua is my favorite character in Hunter x Hunter. I love that. Was one of those things that when you guys first showed me some clips from Dragon Ball in the old reaction video streams, I immediately liked Killua. And then surprising, because this usually doesn't happen, once I watched the entire series, he was still my favorite character. No, I don't eat loaded potato smoky Loki, but it's just because, like I've told you guys, my tastes are so freaking limited. I have the most boring palate you'll ever see. So once if you start adding sour cream or start adding cheese or anything like that, it's like, nope, I'm out. Chrome says, by the way, any thoughts on tensions escalating between India and China? None other than that's pretty fucking scary. You got two nuclear powers that have just killed in battle members of one another's military. It's not something that sits well with you, particularly considering what 2020 has done to us already. Yeah, it's frightening. Remember in DBZ when Chi-Chi wouldn't let Goku stop fricking? Leslie says. Chi-Chi, see, Chi-Chi was never one of my favorites. She's just so annoying. I mean, she's hot and everything, but she's just such a nag. FMAB's bloopers has too many great quotes to pick up. Oh, that blooper reel was fantastic. That blooper, but the one I think was near the end of it though was it says, "Hey, let's go see if we can bring back Mom." that was so wrong. Oh, that was brutal. Yeah, Dimmy. India and China are beefing. I mean, to the point of what was it? 30-something casualties on India's side and 40-some on China's side. And now those tents or whatever that China had set up in India's excuse me, India's territory are still there, and they're refusing to remove them. It's bad. It's bad. Okay. Yeah, it's not good at all. No plans to react to Boruto anytime soon, Sammy. What do I think about Evangelion? Hear Me Moo. I again, that's another one. Back when we used to do the reaction video streams, we watched clips of tons of things, and I've seen a couple clips. That's all I know of it. It's just those couple clips. Chrome says, I'd say it's just a bit of a larger border skirmish than usual, but given the general feel of 2020 and the escalating hate of China, it could be the start of something big. Absolutely. And casualties, Chrome. There typically aren't casualties in those skirmishes. Yeah, they each claim the border lines are different. And now you got North Korea blowing up their shack in the demilitarized zone there. And yeah, 2020, I don't think 2020 is done with us yet, not by a long shot. Well, I gotta head out, guys. Thank you for the stream. This is so much fun. I always have so much fun in these streams. Goes out saying, you guys know that. That's why I'm here all the time, because it's such a great time. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'll try and get a stream, if not today, maybe tomorrow's video at the channel will be some more Danganronpa, because I'm really into that now. I got to see if I'm right in Baseball Boy is the killer. And I'm going to try and fit in an extra gaming stream somewhere, because I've been in the mood to play some more GTA 5 again. And of course, we were doing it in stream, so I'm not going to play it and not play it along with you guys. But other than that, hopefully I'll still be back with another stream tomorrow. Oh, thank you, Zeno. That's nice of you to say. Should be back with another stream tomorrow. Even if I don't get to do a chat one, hopefully a Danganronpa one or something. But thanks for hanging out with me, guys. You always make the middle of the week. See, Mondays were never my worst day. It's Wednesdays. It was always trying to get over that hump. But fortunately, with doing this stuff and everything, I really don't have too many bad days, and it's largely because of this. So here today, sticky stuff. It's Hump Day sticky stuff. Now, what could be better than naming something Hump Day? You can't be more honored than that. So everybody get ready. It's Hump Day sticky stuff. I know what you're saying. What, Hump Day? Is it camel spooge? Possibly. You got to take your chances. It's sticky stuff. It's a grab bag. You never know what's coming. But here it comes. Pumfu. Hump Day sticky stuff. Hump Day sticky stuff for you. If there's any camel hairs in it, just don't pay any attention to it. And for you, because we'll bang. Okay, flashily like Buggy. And as always, most importantly, and even on hump days, goosh, 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 goosh. Mm, goosh.